And Aurore Dupuy joins me in the studio for just that. And we're starting with Israel because obviously the big meeting between President Obama and the Israeli PM Netanyahu is taking place a little later.
Exactly. Benjamin Netanyahu is due to visit the White House. It will be the 5th time that he'll meet Barack Obama. Now, according to the Christian newspaper La Croix, Israel is shutting itself off. Now, it's more and more isolated from the international community, as you know, and the aim of this meeting, according to the paper, is to warm relations with the US. As you know, recent tension emerged after the deadly raid on an aid flotilla that was trying to help Gaza, and Israel's 6-year blockade on Gaza has not totally been eased. There's still no peace process and no two-state solution. So for many, this meeting is seen as a test. Let's take a look at the Israeli press now. Haaretz says that the two leaders have two main goals. Obama wants Netanyahu to prevent the construction of illegal settlements in the West Bank, and Netanyahu wants Obama to deal with Iran's more and more threatening nuclear ambitions. Now, according to the paper, both men also have a reputation to save. Obama needs an achievement to show that America is not lost, and Netanyahu wants to reverse Israel's bad reputation.
So what about the US papers? What are they saying about this situation?
Well, let's take a look at a lighter piece this time in the Washington Post. For the paper, Obama and Netanyahu only have one simple mission: getting their picture taken together, just to show unity, says the paper. Now, many politicians don't believe that anything concrete will come out of this. The paper quotes a Democrat that reportedly described the meeting as a make-up visit. And the paper also quotes an Israeli ambassador who laughed and reportedly said there's going to be a lot of photographers there, more than at the Academy Awards.
Of course, and they famously didn't get to shake hands last time Netanyahu was in Washington. So we'll look forward to that picture, I guess, in the coming days. Let's move to something completely different. The Queen of England.
Exactly, and she's made the front page of the Wall Street Journal. You can see her there. As you know, the British government is trying to cut down its record deficit. Public spending will be cut, and the Queen will also have to save money. Accounts published on Monday show that more than £15 million was spent on the maintenance of royal residences, and almost £1 million was spent on royal travel this year alone. So the Wall Street Journal says that if the Queen continues to spend as much, the fund will run out by 2012, and that's exactly the year that she celebrates her 60th year on the throne.
Well, The Independent, in fact, from the United Kingdom, actually has a direct message for the Queen about this.
Yes, exactly. Let's take a look at the comment piece in The Independent. It says, I quote, "Dear ma'am, so you're facing a financial crisis. You're not the only pensioner in Britain." And it goes on to give the Queen some advice. You spent £600,000 on garden parties last year. Let's face it, you could cut back on the canapes and the sparkling wine, says the paper. Also, you own a lot of jewellery that you haven't worn for a long time, so you could pop it into an envelope and get some cash back in return.
There are lots of adverts for those kind of schemes actually on TV in Britain right now, so it's actually very amusing, very ironic piece, in fact.
Exactly.
All right, let's just finish with the South China Morning Post.
Yes, and this summer is clearly and well here in Europe anyway, and it's also in China. So let's take a look at the front page of the South China Morning Post, and you can see an impressive photo there of hundreds of bathers who chose to take a dip in a pool to try and cool down.
It's not very hygienic, is it?
Well, perhaps not, but at least they can cool down there.
All right, needs must. All right, thank you very much indeed, Aurore Dupuy, for a look at today's In the Papers.
You were watching In the Papers, presented by Pullman Hotels.
Well, let's just get a reminder now of the main international news headlines.